name is Donna Fiesel, and I'm your host of The Edge on IC Radio, your source for news and entertainment. You can find us on television, channel 182 on Charter Communications, and Abundant Television, which is found on Roku, Apple TV, and Amazon Fire. I want to thank you so much for watching every day, Monday through Friday from 1 to 3 p.m. You can also find us in and out of social media anytime you want to watch it there, so you're not locked down to any just one time. I wanted to talk to you about customer service. There's been a lot of talk about that. Customer service doesn't seem to be what it used to be years and years ago. And so it's something we have to strive for. It's a lot cheaper to get a customer and keep them than it is to continually be on the lookout for new customers. I'm going to tell you what, it's a lot easier to keep the ones you've got. Absolutely. So I found this is through a real good website I go to for frequent answers often. It's called helpscout.com. Helpscout.com. And so they're talking about customer service. It doesn't matter how great your product is. That's true. If your customer service is poor, people will complain about it, and you're going to lose customers. So when Phil and I owned our businesses, always the quickest way we would fire somebody who was working for us is if they were rude or if they didn't speak to people when they're coming into the stores. That was that important to us because this is the way we looked at it. A customer could go anywhere else, but they came to your particular location, so you need to treat them with respect. And let me also say this. I treated salespeople who would come into my store trying to sell me something with respect. Because guess what? Salespeople buy items too. As a matter of fact, they're going to buy cars, clothes, smelly good stuff, makeup, skincare. They're going to buy all the products that you are selling out there. So I'm just telling you, you need to be good to salespeople too. Don't rush them off. Now, don't give them empty promises either. If you're not going to do business with them, be upfront, but be courteous about that. That's just the Donna Fiesel rule, okay? Because salespeople would come back and buy from me too. All right. So what is customer service? Okay, customer service is the act of providing support to both prospective and existing customers. Now, customer service professionals commonly answer customer service questions through in-person. It could be mail, it could be phone, it could be chat, it could be any kind of a social media interaction, but they will tell the truth, okay? Now, you can't help it if somebody wakes up on the wrong side of the bed and gives you a terrible reference, but just keep this in mind. You be good to the customer, they're going to remember it. Okay, so why is it important? Okay, so when 86% of customers quit doing business with a customer due to bad experience, it means that business must approach every support interaction as an opportunity to acquire, retain, or upsell. You got to stay in contact with them. Now, good customer service is a revenue generator. It gives customers a complete, cohesive experience that aligns with an organization's purpose. Now, according to a variety of studies, U.S. companies lose, and don't doubt this, more than $62 billion annually due to poor customer service. And 7 out of 10 customers say they spent more money to do business with a company that delivers great service. I know I do. If I walk into a business and maybe they're just not friendly, or they don't even acknowledge that you walked in, I go, "Good day," and I'll leave. I have paid more for a product, just like this author says right here on this article. I have paid more to somebody who actually gave great customer service. And this is the way you need to look at it. So if you're not going to be friendly and supportive before I buy something, you're not going to be friendly and supportive when I need help after I bought your product. That's just the way it is. So understanding that customer service is cornerstone of your customer experience helps you leverage it as an opportunity to delight customers and engage them new, exciting ways. Now, what are the principles of good customer service? Okay, there are 4 key principles of good customer service. It's personalized, competent, convenient, and proactive. So these factors have the biggest influence on the customer experience. Let's talk about personalized. Now, good customer service always starts with human touch. Personalized interactions greatly improve customer service, and they let customers know that your company cares about them and their problems. Instead of thinking of service as a cost, you need to consider it as an opportunity to earn your customers' business all over again. So if you've paid for my advertising and customers have come in and they've not come back, it's not my fault. It's your fault because you haven't taken good care of that customer service. They know. Okay, here's the second one. Competent. Okay, customers have identified competency as the element that plays the biggest role in good customer experience. To be competent, a customer support professional must have a strong knowledge of the company and its products, as well as the power to fix the customer's problems. The more knowledge they have, the more competent they become. So this is always a big deal. So let's say I buy a widget from you. Okay, first of all, you've not been very friendly when I've been in your store the first time. This is before I bought it. And then at the back of my mind, I'm thinking, if I buy from this customer, if I buy from this business, I'm not sure if I'm having an issue with this widget that they're going to be out there to help me, because they don't seem to be really caring right now. So are they going to be caring later? Are they going to get mad? Are they going to shut the door when I walk in the door? You've got to appear as the kind of person who wants to be helpful. So if something happens, you do it. Let me tell you what I used to do at GTE. Everybody knows this. Oh, customer service seems to be the worst to utility type companies. Cell phone companies, telephone, cable, whatever, they have the worst customer service. But actually, a lot of folks do, but we're better known for it, okay? So this is what I used to do. So I would tell my customers, I would give them my personal cell phone number, and I would say, don't call the store. You call me if you run into a problem, okay? First of all, they could be extremely busy inside the store, and it may go straight to voicemail. I'll probably never get the voicemail. I'd really rather you just call my cell phone. I made sure my cell phone number was put on all my business cards from the corporate level. And I would say, I don't want them calling the store. I want them calling me personally. I want to be the one to take care of it. If I make commission on it, I want to handle it. So that word got around. I'm not a genius at this kind of stuff. But what happened was I spent as much time fixing problems and billing things I had absolutely nothing to do with. I spent more time doing that than actually went out gaining more customers. And guess what? Automatically, I just gained more customers. And you'll do that too. I'm just telling you. Number one, take care of the customer is extremely important. And act like you care. When they come in that door, I mean, that's a the biggest reason, 100%, I'll say this. 100% of the reason I walk out of a business and don't buy is because they don't act like they don't care that I came in. I mean, really. That's just the way it is. Okay, convenient. Well, let's talk about competent. The more knowledge they have, the more competent they become. Convenient. Customers want to be able to get in contact with a customer service representative through whichever channel is the most convenient for them. Offer support through the channels of communication to your customers that your customers rely on most, and make it easy for customers to figure out how to contact you. Don't make them press 1 for this, 2 for that, 3 for that, 4 for this. Don't make them go through all of that. And this is the thing about it. When I have called those customer service lines and press 1 for this, press 2 for that, it's never the issue I'm having. Never. They never put that one little weirdo thing that I have in there. So make it easy, okay? And even if you're busy, pick up the phone. Like someone called just a few minutes ago. Someone actually sent me a text and wanted to know about a gift certificate he had won for his birthday. Well, I was taping, so I couldn't answer it right then. But just as soon as I went into commercial break, I went on ahead and sent. To me, he's a customer. He won a prize. He's still a customer. You don't know who they know, okay? So I went right to it. So I said, sure, I'll go ahead and get it in the mail for you. You just let me have your mailing address, and it'll be in tomorrow's mail. Now, I need to make sure it's in tomorrow's mail. Okay, now get this in mind. I still got to rely on the post office. Could be later than what I say. So what I tell my customers is you'll receive it within the week. And when they get it in a couple of days, they're very happy. But now something can happen with the mail service. You know that. I would overemphasize when they're going to receive their product. Proactive. Customers want companies to be proactive in reaching out to them. If one of your products is backordered or your website is going to experience some downtime, you be the one to reach out to the customer first. You hurry up and do it before they're going to check out the website. You hurry up. If you know that shipment is going to be late, you've received response that it's going to be late, you be the one to call them. Don't let them have to be the one to call you. It's a lot better. I'm telling you what. If you'll do that. So I've ordered a widget from you, and you told me it was going to be here in a week. But you just got confirmation something's happened to the order, whatever reason. It's not going to be a week. It's going to be 3 weeks. If you call me and say, Donna, I know I told you it's a week, but it's actually going to be 3 weeks, I'm going to feel so much better about your company. First of all, I'm not sitting up here pondering and wondering when in the world's it coming in. You're picking up the phone and you're calling or you're texting me. Again, I don't have to call you. You're doing all that legwork, okay? And I'll have to tell you, very few customers are going to be ticked off and mad unless it's a wedding that's going to be like in 2 weeks and you're telling them 3 weeks. Then somebody's going to get mad. It's going to hit the fan, if you know what I'm talking about. So building your customer service strategy around these 4 main principles, you'll create a positive, absolute hassle-free customer experience, and folks will want to deal with you. They absolutely will. Let's cut into a commercial break. We're going to be right back in just a few minutes. At Lamone's Mexican Restaurant, located in Henniger, Alabama, and voted Best Mexican Restaurant of DeKalb County, Alabama 2020, we're here to serve you with authentic Mexican cuisine. Order easily online by going to lamonsmex.com or call 256-657-3999 to place your order. We're open Sunday through Thursday 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. and Friday and Saturday 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. Whether you're celebrating a cozy date night for 2 or a celebration for a crowd, at Lamone's you'll love our atmosphere and friendly servers. Thank you for dining with Lamone's Mexican Restaurant. Let Rhonda at Rhonda's Elite Tax LLC take the burden off you for all your tax needs. I know because Rhonda has been taking care of my business since 2013. I feel Rhonda works for me because she knows the direct questions to ask to better benefit my unique business in order for me to get back the biggest refund possible. Rhonda is an ongoing student, and she knows tax laws are in a constant change every year. Call 256-281-9903 for an appointment to take the dread out of getting your taxes done. Rhonda is located at 11968 U.S. Highway 431 in Boaz. Again, that number is 256-281-9903. And let Rhonda's Elite Tax LLC champion your personal and business taxes. Jeff McCurdy of the McCurdy Law Firm has been a public service of this area for over 10 years. McCurdy, a member of the Henniger City Council, serves as prosecutor for the town of Sylvania and was named public defender for the city of Rainsville. The McCurdy Law Firm is located at 17326 Alabama Highway 75 in Henniger to better represent his Jackson and DeKalb County clients. If you need to be represented by a true public servant with proven success, call Jeff at 256-996-8701 or send a private email to mccurdylawfirm@gmail.com. No representation is made that the legal services performed is greater than the legal services performed by other lawyers. At Liberty Bank, we're all about community, whether it's to help with a charity fundraiser or help families in need. Toys at Christmas or a local football team, we're here for you. You see, we realize the importance of family. Sometimes it's to build a new home or necessary home repairs. We're here for you. If you like the feel of a small town bank with all the conveniences of a big city bank, we're here to serve you. You will find us at any of our convenient locations in DeKalb, Marshall, Etowah, and Blount counties in North Alabama. You can call and speak with any of our friendly staff at 256-659-2175 or check us out on the web at libertybankal.com. And thank you for your support of our community. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender. The Hatter Cafe and Country Inn is nestled in the northeast corner of Alabama the Beautiful in the delightful town of Mentone. We're located on top of scenic Lookout Mountain near Little River and DeSoto State Park and located only 5 minutes from shopping and restaurants. There is also a nearby community walking path and golf course. We welcome everyone through the doors and we are committed to outstanding service for all guests. At the Hatter Cafe and Country Inn, we invite people from all walks of life to come and get away from it all, enjoy the open spaces, treetop views, fresh, clean air, and experience Southern hospitality at its finest. We look forward to hosting you. To reserve a special event, or if you would love a special getaway at the Country Inn, you can call us at 256-634-2018. The only place I buy my beef is Lone Tree Ranch in Collinsville, Alabama. Their cattle is born and raised on their ranch, grass and grain fed, and you can feel confident when you serve your family and friends because their beef is all natural and no antibiotics or hormones are added. You can buy whole beef or perhaps go in with family or friends and buy half. Their customer service is number one as they take care of the delivery to their local processor and can deliver to your home for a small added fee. They also offer herd replacement heifers. I always call Lone Tree Ranch in Collinsville, Alabama for my beef specialty recipes and cookouts, and you can too. Food shortages are increasing, so buy local by calling 256-523-6462. That's 256-523-6462. Okay, we're back. My name is Donna, and I am your host of The Edge on IC Radio, your source for news and entertainment. You can find us on television, channel 182 on Charter Communications, and Abundance Television, which is found on Roku, Apple TV, and Amazon Fire. Whatever your business is, you got to be listening to this segment, okay? This works. These are great customer service tools right here. I found it through this website that I go to quite a bit, and it's called helpscout.com. helpscout.com. Now I'm going to give you 21 key customer service skills. Okay, there's 21 of these. While delivering consistently good customer service does require work and alignment across your entire organization, a good place to start is your support team. It's important to hire people who are genuine and they want to help your customers succeed, and to pay rates that are attractive to skilled professionals. I paid my people good, but I'm going to tell you what, I put them through the reamer. And if somebody did not, if they came in a nasty mood, I heard they were rude, I heard they didn't look up, I don't care how busy you are, when that door rings, when that doorbell goes off, a customer is walking in that door. It could be a complaint, but it's also a customer who's going to send another customer when you're nice to them and you take care of their problem. I would fire people for that. I would fire if they did not look up and acknowledge that a customer came in the door. Remember, they could be going anywhere else, but they're going to see you. So this is your time. You won't receive another shot at this. It's got to work, okay? You've got to do this. So, finding the perfect hire for the support team can be challenging, especially in today's time. We all know that. No particular checklist of job experiences and college diplomas can add up to the perfect candidate. Instead, you're looking for qualities that can't necessarily be taught. A lot of it's just plain old common horse sense. Now, these people thrive on one-to-one interactions within their community. They love problem solving. Yeah, give me a problem, let me solve it. Let me be Superwoman. Let me be Superman. That's the kind of person you want to hire right there. They're warm, they're approachable, and they're great at teaching other people how things work. Okay, so imagine this. Okay, so I started working with GTE back in the 80s. when no one had a cell phone. Very few people. There might have been 2 attorneys in town in like Calhoun County, the entire Calhoun County, who had a cell phone. And they were limited. They were afraid to use it because it was so expensive to use them back in these days. We did not have unlimited plans. Later on, unlimited came in for like $200 a month. Unlimited for $200 per line, by the way. And this is back in the, it rolled over. So if you talked for a minute and a second, you paid for 2 minutes. I made sure, especially the real talkative ones, I made sure they understood. If you talked for 1 minute and 1 second, it was 2 minutes. Those were the basics. Also taught them that, the batteries, oh man, back in the day, we used this brick phone. It was horrible. It was terrible. You'd do good to get 10 minutes of talk time out of it. And it was huge, it was heavy, and the battery actually would run out super fast. So as soon as you used it, you'd have to plug it into the charger. So with that brought a whole new set of rules. I would have to explain to folks, make sure it runs all the way down when you're using it. Plug it in, don't keep it charged because it's going to burn up the time in because it builds a memory. And it's going to build up that memory time where you won't be able to use it but 2 minutes. So those are things that I actually used the sales. I didn't sell anybody on anything. I used it as an educational type thing where, because nobody wanted to pay these. This is the big thing I heard. People would say, well, I got a friend Joe had one of them cell phones that you're talking about. He had $1,000 phone bills. And I would say, was that one of my customers? And they would say, well, I don't know. His name is so-and-so, so-and-so. And I'd say, I don't think that's one of mine. But let me tell you what I tell my customers, and I'm going to save you money. If you will approach people not on the benefit of them coming to you, you're not all that in a bag of chips. I'm sorry. You're not. The customer is the bag of chips. They're all that, and they're a bag of the chips. And yes, I know it's popular right now that the customer's not right anymore. In my book of games, the customer is still correct. The customer is still always right. Even when they're wrong, they're right. This is a teachable moment, okay? All right, now there are 21 customer service skills that support professionals should seek to develop, and every leader should look when they're hiring new team members. Let's talk about this one. Problem-solving skills. We touched on this just a minute ago. Customers do not always self-diagnose their issues correctly. They just don't. So often it's up to the support rep, it's up to the sales rep to take the initiative to reproduce the trouble at hand before navigating a solution. That means they need input. You want to know, this is time for you to shut up. This is time for you to get that notepad out, and as they're telling you what the issue is, you're writing it down. This serves 2 purposes. First of all, you're going to forget every single thing they said, right? I mean, you just will because you're in the moment. You're not writing it all down. You're teaching 2 things to the customer. You're teaching the customer that you care enough. You're taking notes. You want to make sure you got everything down. You may have to tell them slow down just a little bit. And there's a nice way to say that. Always be nice and courteous. So what I would tell a customer, they would say, my bill is like blah, 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 and I heard bills could be blah, blah, blah. And so I'll say, okay, all right. Now, let me see your bill. And I would look over the bill while they were talking. I was listening to them, but I was looking to get that bill also. And then I would say, you remember when I told you if you talk for a minute and a second, that counts as 2 minutes? I'm seeing 100 minutes right here, and I'm seeing a bunch of times where you talked for a minute and 5 seconds. That adds up to 2 minutes. Sometimes you have to re-educate folks. So that was just another thing I did. You be nice about it, okay? And they're complaining with you about the bill whatsoever. This is something else. I never let them call customer service. You should understand this. You call any cell phone company, first of all, press 1 for this, press 2 for that, press 3 for this, press 4 for that. It's not going to be, like I mentioned earlier in the show, it's not going to be your issue. The best thing to do, even if you're selling cell phones now, okay? I know they push you to let them call customer service. Don't ever do that, because what's going to happen? You take care of it. First of all, you're in the business. You should know what the issue is. You've probably been working there longer than the customer service rep has. The customer service answering that phone line, they were probably flipping burgers the day before, but you got the expertise. And that's another thing. When you're taking care of the customer, you have the expertise, okay? You are the expert in what. I don't care if you're selling thread for a sewing machine. Customers come to you to be, you're the know-it-all. You're not know-it-all bossy, but you are the one they're going to come to for thread. Okay, so are you using this thread for embroidery? Are you using this thread for your sewing machine? Are you using this thread for this or for that? What are you going to be using the thread for? You need to know, because sometimes the tension in the sewing machine, I know this from being seamstress. So if you're buying thread, if I'm buying thread from a sewing machine, I want to know that even though the tension in the sewing machine can just magically get stouter and stronger, I want to know if I'm embroidering something on my sewing machine that I'm not going to have to take the thread and redo it 50 times before I get through with whatever my project is. Number one question is, how strong is your thread? So you need to ask questions, ask bullet questions, and let that customer tell you what they need it for. And guess what? You're Superman, you're Superwoman, you're taking care of them. And that doesn't mean that could just be a one-time sale. Maybe it's the only time they're ever going to buy this widget is right now. It's not the end of the sale, because guess what? They have friends who are going to say, where'd you get that widget at? I've been thinking about getting one. Well, if you've been really nice to that customer and you went to the bat for them and you're making sure they understand how to use this widget, they're going to tell everybody about you. You're going to become the source in the community. And the way things are in the world now, you could be a worldwide resource for customers. All you got to do is spend some time up front and tell the customer how it works. Okay, now a great example, if someone writes in because they're having trouble resetting their password, for instance, that's ultimately because they want to log into their account. Now, a good customer service interaction will anticipate that need and not even go the extra mile to manually perform the reset themselves and provide a new login detail, all while educating the customer on how they can do it for themselves in the future. In other situations, a problem-solving pro, which is what you will be, may simply understand how to offer preemptive advice or a solution that the customer doesn't even realize is an option. Number two is patience. So we just talked about problem-solving skills. Patience. You gotta have it. Patience is crucial for customer service professionals. After all, customers who reach out to support are often confused and they're frustrated. They've been put on hold forever. If they've tried to call the company, they're already frustrated, okay? Maybe they were on hold a long time. Somebody finally answered the phone and hung up on them. How many times has that happened? When they get to you, you're smiling. Even if it's on the phone, you're looking in a mirror and you're smiling. They're already going to be, whoa, this person really cares. This person's going to help me. Being listened to and handled with patience goes a long way in helping customers feel like that you are going to take care of their problem. It's not enough to close out interactions with customers as quickly as possible. It's not enough. Now, your team has to be willing to take that extra time also and fully understand each customer's problems and needs. Number three here, you got to be attentive. You really do. The ability to truly listen to customers is crucial to providing great customer service. For a number of reasons, not only is it important to pay attention to individual customers' experiences, but it's also important to be mindful and attentive to the feedback that you receive at large. For instance, customers may not be saying it outright, but perhaps there's a persuasive feeling that your software's dashboard isn't laid out correctly. Customers aren't likely to say, please improve your UX, but they might say things like, I can never find the search feature. Or where is this specific feature again? You may have to be attentive. You've got to pick it up on what the customers are telling you when they're not directly saying it. That's important, extremely important. We're going to come back. We're going to have another segment, and this is going to be about emotional intelligence. Clear communication skills is also extremely important. And we have a few more things we're going to touch back on when we come back in just a few minutes. So you take care. I'll be seeing you shortly.